In 2010, the year when the last minimum wage was increased, the salary for shop assistants and domestic workers was increased by 33% immediately. This means it rose from $2.25 to $3 an hour, while those working in the manual export area of agriculture saw an increase from $2 to $2.50 and gradually to $3 a few months later. In the globalized world, low wages are important in developing countries, and that's why the Bressani administration promised to increase the minimum wage in Belize. With that said, so many Belizeans anticipated January 1st, which would mark an important date for persons who earn a minimum wage across Belize. That means that, by law, the minimum wage has now increased from $3.30 to $5. For some, it may not be much, but for others, an increase of $1.70 makes living a whole lot better. But for employers, the increase tells a different story, and it does not have a happy ending for all. Some businesses that are just recuperating from the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic are already talking about cutting staff or hours of work, or even passing the increase to the consumer. Today, owner of Arby's Multi-Service spoke to our cameras. He told us what his perspective is on the entire $5 an hour minimum wage scheme.
First, let me say I totally agree with it. I think it was long overdue to do that. The other thing I would want to say, it does not affect me directly because I have no employees working under $5 an hour. So it's for me, there's no change at the moment, right now. But as I was saying, I totally agree with it because I think $3.30 or what it was, it's not feasible. I don't see how a person can survive with $3.30 an hour. If you just look at the cost of food, that's a necessity that everybody needs to have. Nobody can survive without food. And just looking at what percentage the food has gone up the last couple of years, $5 is barely making it. So the wages are still behind in my view.
Rampel says that while for some employers it may be difficult to adjust, he more sees it as a positive and more holistically.
For me, I can't really talk for other businesses that now need to raise their employees' wages because it might affect them differently than it does me. But for me, I think it will affect me positive because I have a lot of customers that come and buy stuff from me that have been working for minimum wage. They will now be able to buy stuff better because it will actually help me. But in the whole, for the country, I think it's a very good thing.
Starting 2023, a minimum wage employee working a 45-hour work week in Belize will earn $225 weekly under this new law. With that, the PM and his cabinet are delivering on a major campaign promise. And the leader of the opposition agrees with Rampel. As he looks at the broader picture, Shine Barrow believes that with more money in their pockets, employees will spend more at the stores.
I would have hoped that it was $10, and I am not satisfied that the $5 actually means the $5. I think in inflation, in price gouging, in the high energy crisis that we have, it doesn't amount to much. What I would say to the chamber and to the business community is that we need to revolutionize our mindset. The more money that you give these 30,000 people, the more they will spend. We are a consumer planet, not just in North America and Central America, everywhere in the world. I don't know a place that is not driven by consumption. So giving people more in salary is not necessarily taking away. It's giving them more to spend on the economy. And I think it pans out well in the end. So don't be afraid of giving your society more, because then that means that they will spend more. They're not going to keep that money in a bank.